This morning, Precision BioSciences provided a business update, and we announced our financial results for the second quarter of 2025. So let's get started with the highlights. First things first, we're making continued progress in the phase 1 ELIMINATE-B trial, evaluating PBGENE-HBV as a potential curative treatment for hepatitis B. And just yesterday, we announced that 6 patients have received at least 1 full dose of PBGENE-HBV at the first and second dose levels. Where we are right now, the lowest dose level is now complete. And let me tell you how the data looks. Starting with safety. At the lowest dose level, PBGENE-HBV was well tolerated in all 3 patients, even after each patient received 3 administrations. Second, all 3 patients at the lowest dose had a substantial reduction in their hepatitis B surface antigen, which is a key marker for chronic hepatitis B. Importantly, 1 of the 3 patients, or 33%, achieved a durable surface antigen reduction of approximately 50% for 7 months after the initial treatment. So you should keep in mind that the first-in-human studies usually start at a very low dose to maximize the safety margin for human dosing. And while we didn't expect to eliminate all the viral genomic source at this low dose, this durable response is encouraging, especially when we continue to escalate the dose and also shorten the dosing interval. Patient recruitment in the ELIMINATE-B trial is going well, and we are actively dosing PBGENE-HBV in the second cohort. And just recently, the Data Monitoring Committee recommended going up to the next level, or the 3rd dose level. Let me summarize the PBGENE-HBV story by saying, we like what we're seeing at this dose level, safety, efficacy, and proof of activity of this novel gene editing approach for chronic hepatitis B. More to come on this important story throughout 2025. While making progress on our lead program, we're working hard to get our second program, PBGENE-DMD, to the clinic. Now remember, PBGENE-DMD is Precision's potentially first-in-class in vivo gene editing approach for the majority of patients impacted by Duchenne's muscular dystrophy, what we call DMD. DMD is a genetic disease caused by mutations in the dystrophin gene, and it affects approximately 15,000 patients in the US alone. Many, many more if you go outside the US. Now, unfortunately, there are no approved therapies that can drive durable and significant functional improvements over time. In the second quarter, we received both rare pediatric disease and orphan drug designations from the FDA, underscoring the significant unmet need for new therapeutic options for patients living with DMD. Before closing, let me pivot to our second quarter finances. We had a good quarter with lower operating expenses versus the prior year, and we ended June with approximately $85 million in cash. Given the unmet need, the opportunity, and the enthusiasm for PBGENE-HBV and PBGENE-DMD, we've now taken 2 very important actions. First, we're focusing even more resources on these 2 programs to enable us to commence a phase 2 study for PBGENE-HBV and a pivotal trial for PBGENE-DMD. That assumes we have success in our phase 1 studies, but we're off to a good start. Second, we're also extending our expected cash runway to the second half of 2027 by significantly reducing our annual operating expenses in all areas of the company outside of these 2 programs. Our team continues to be very disciplined about executing our plans, and we're making strong progress advancing our clinical stage HBV program while rapidly advancing our DMD program towards the clinic. Thank you very much for listening. We look forward to giving you more updates as news comes. Thank you again.